Hello fellow wizards, welcome back to my channel. So if I ever sound in pain, I apologize. Just bear with me. Also, if the uploads are going back and forth again, I apologize.
What a disaster. Our treasured water is no longer pure. It's a complete nightmare.
So I was gonna come on here and happily say I got my permit. So I am now practicing driving. Well, that's awesome news, right? You wouldn't think anything bad. Unfortunately, last night, or the night before, my memory is not good now. I unfortunately fell down the stairs. I hit my head and fractured my ankle as well as spraining my foot. So I spent pretty much all night in the ER. So I haven't been doing well for the past couple of days. I've been hanging in there. So again, if videos come out here and there, I apologize, just bear with me. I do have a lot going on at the moment with my foot. I also have an appointment with the rheumatologist because of my cancer coming back. But we'll go ahead and get that checked out, and hopefully it's not like coming back full force. But I figure I'll play on her for a bit. I could do more and I guess get more things done. I will go back to the other wizard. It's just right now she's in the works of getting the gear. She already has it. It's just getting to level 30. I'm still working on her, as you can see by the boots, but it's not a big deal.
What a disaster. Our treasured water is no longer pure. It's a complete nightmare.
Well, that was a glitch.
I don't know what to do. The water was always pure before. My superior will be furious. Woe is me. Perhaps he'd know what to do. Yes, good idea. You can find Din Ho at the Cave of Solitude.
Alright. Cave of Solitude. Let's go. But yes. If you guys might have known because I didn't bring it up. For a majority of my teen years, well, my childhood as well as my teen years, I was diagnosed with scleroderma. And luckily it's generated in one area, but it's a muscle eating deterioration. We got it, I mean, it's benign. It really wouldn't kill me, so I hope that really doesn't scare you guys. I'm fine. It affects my nerves too, and it gets to the point where my shaking is so bad it's hard to eat or drink. So daily living is challenging, especially making my products and having to thread the needle to my sewing machine. It can be challenging. So I'm gonna go back and hopefully it's not active and my nerves are just bad.
Patience, young wizard. There are solutions to all things. We shall make the water pure again. The path set before us is a difficult one, but we must still follow it. The health of the Emperor and of all living things on Mushu depends on our actions. The Plague Oni A powerful demon has sickened our water and broken the jade scepter that purifies our shrines. We can weaken the plague Oni by repairing the jade scepter. This demon is an ancient enemy. I know its ways. I have discovered the location of a piece of the jade scepter. It was taken by mutineers who hide in the forest. Please, retrieve this piece for us.
But yeah, I got my permit and I've been driving really good. I've had my permit since Arkansas, so way before I started my YouTube. It's just, I think I mentioned this before, money just wouldn't let me get my actual driver's license. Now I have the opportunity to get my actual license. I will be working on saving towards a car. But until then, my mom said that I can always borrow their truck if I need to drive anywhere, so I got that covered. As long as I got the insurance to cover me for driving any car, pretty much. Which my mom said that that's what will happen. It's $400 a month here in Ohio. So I'm kind of down for the count, so I can't practice. I'm glued to my bed. I've been glued to my bed all day, passing in and out from pain. My head has been hurting, my neck has been hurting, my foot has been calm as long as I don't flinch. But I'll have head and neck pain. So if at any given point I stop talking as much, that's why. Or I sound like I'm in pain, that's also why. Again, I don't know how to describe him. Like I said, I'll just call him my guy best friend, Kane. I'll just call him Kane from now on. He's been just texting me and keeping me company. I had alert him that I was being rushed to the hospital. And how I was found was, Duncan found me as I was screaming and crying out in pain. He found me and he helped me get to the couch. And eventually my parents came out. Well, first my dad. He asked what happened, telling me to calm down because I was hyperventilating from the pain. And I told him. He questioned how I felt when I told him. And then he carefully picked up my foot and he told me to flex my foot. All I could do was flex my toes. And he's like, I don't see you moving your foot. It's because I couldn't. The pain was just unbearable. So next thing I know, he disappears. And he goes to wake my mom up. And my mom informs me what he said was, he went in the room and he said, so-and-so, your daughter broke her foot. So she's like, oh great. She comes out and she checks my foot. And she's had 6 kids. So, and 2 have broken bones a lot. I was always the cautious one for not breaking bonds. And she lightly felt my foot. And she looked at Duncan and she goes, yeah, it's broken. She melted. And she disappears. Everybody was like coming and going. I was basically crying in pain. Crying. Trying not to lose my shit anymore. And my mom said, once my dad gets out of the bathroom, she's gonna take me to the ER. And the one thing about the ER getting x-rays is it's stupid because you can't move your foot and they're like, let's move it this way or let's move it that way. I get they have to do it to check the foot. I get it. But at the same time, when you can't move your foot, it hurts.
The Muda truly blessed us when you arrived in Mushu. Thanks to your actions, we now have the handle of the Jade Scepter. I consulted the ancient texts once more. They mention Koto at the end of the path. It is likely the Plague Oni gave Koto a piece of the Jade Scepter for safekeeping. As a faithful subject of the Plague Oni, he won't part with his piece easily. Therefore, you must defeat him to get the second piece of the Jade Scepter.
Yeah, it hurts bad. So, I got a x-ray done and a CT because I hit my head on the way down. And they wanted to make sure that there was no internal injuries. Because even though I was coherent, I was answering all their questions. I never blacked out. The only thing is I can't remember how I turned myself around when I couldn't move. So I fell facing the door, and by the time Duncan found me, I was facing the top of the stairs. That's all I know. I knew how I fell, what I was doing at the time, but I don't know how I turned myself around. So CTs were done. CTs came back fine. The x-rays were a toss-up. They couldn't figure out how to treat me because my ankle has a hairline fracture in it and my foot is sprained. And the hairline fractures in a way where they can't actually do anything for it. So they put me in a boot. And then, knowing I really couldn't stand there, like, oh, let's see if you could bear weight on your foot now. The doctor and my mom helped me up from the seat. And just as I tried bearing weight, I nearly fell. And so they're like, oh, let's get her some crutches.
You won't like what I'm going to do to you.
Not only am I in a boot, I'm on crutches too, which are slowly going away. Luckily, I'm hoping for a speedy recovery because I'm hoping to get my license before Kane comes. That is my goal, or comes again. That is my end goal. But I hope everybody's been staying safe out there. I've been clinging on. taking my pain meds when I need it, which have been putting me to sleep, so that's why I said if videos aren't like up to date, which they should be, I hope you guys don't get mad at me for that, but they should be. It's just like in case my uploads stop and I'm like chronically in pain at that time and I forget an upload, then I apologize. But the way I see it, I will get videos out. No matter how much pain I'm in, I will get it out for you. If you guys are following my other channel, I haven't uploaded on there for a good little bit, and that's because of what's been going on. I had plans, and then I kind of like lost my foot, so I haven't been wanting to do anything except try to avoid pain as much as possible. I need to buy Scarecrow for her. Yes, I will get back to Marleybone. Hopefully sometime soon. It's just right now I'm in a sticky predicament. I would say I gotta make sure it's okay with Kane that I use his card to get the membership like we had planned. And then I'll go on Duncan's computer and upload Kane. So Kane will be in the video, but he won't disturb my video. And you guys can officially meet Kane, even though it's me. You guys can see Kane. And I guess get to know who he is. And he could be a major help to Heather. Yeah, I don't have Kane on her. He doesn't really play on his account anymore since he's like always at work because Amazon's that way. And anytime he seems to log on, Wizards always kicks him off. So I end up finding out that I'm having issues too. So I'm having to report the game for the both of us because he just says screw it. And then he logs off, and then I guess he goes and plays on his PlayStation. That's overkill, but and the bad part is, right, Kane's sister was in the hospital. I'm not going to talk about the events, but his sister was in the hospital. And then, just as she's doing fine, she's getting better, and she is better. I end up landing myself in the hospital, so he's having a grand time. But yeah, his response to me being rushed to the hospital, he's like, "Why are you being rushed to the hospital?" And I'm like, "I fell, taking Minnie out. And Minnie's my dog." So, and he goes, "How the hell did you fall?" that's his response, and I'm like, "Really?" So
You collect the shaft of the Jade Scepter.
that's pretty much all you care about. I mean, he was worried. I could tell, because he's like, "Keep me up to date with what the docs say. Tell me what happens. All this." And I'm like, "Okay, I will. He's like, "I'm getting off soon from work, and I'll call you, and we'll stay on the phone until I pass out." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. That'll actually make me happy." So he ends up calling me. I'm explaining everything. And then he ends up passing out on me, so I hung up on him. Because he broke his phone, so, and he has to get a new one. But if I stay on the phone like I want to, his phone won't charge. So, even though I want to stay on the phone and cuddle that way, I can't. Technology sucks like that sometimes. I gotta get a new phone. I'm about to soon. I gotta return this one in, and then it'll knock the price of the iPhone down. So that's what I'm doing. And this phone has been giving me nothing but problems since I got it.
You have done well. This is the shaft of the Jade Scepter. Only one piece remains missing. As for the last piece, I am uncertain of its location. The texts are unclear to me, but I do know that subjects of the Plague Oni live in the huts around this area. perhaps they have the last piece. Kindly go and search the huts for the remaining piece of the Jade Scepter.
If you guys are wondering why I don't have a mount for her, again, for the new people to my channel, this is basically a secret account. She really wasn't supposed to be brought to my channel, but now she is. So I really wasn't planning to put that much effort into this account until I maxed out all my other accounts. I'll be right back to this hut, guys. When you're coming with me, naturally it's a recording, but I gotta go get Scarecrow TCs. I mean, you guys can skip through this part. You don't have to stay with me on this. I'm just getting TCs. Hey.
Night, baby.
Night. Love you too.
As long as you're not on the phone still, I'll call you.
Huh?
So as long as you're not on the phone still, I'll call you.
No, you got disconnected.
Last night I know we were still on the phone. That's why I didn't end up calling, because you were already there.
Yeah, you got disconnected. Alright. But after this, I'm gonna go take my pills. If you hear I'm getting groggy, that's why. Yeah. Yeah, you could go up this way. A lot of veteran players that I knew came up this way. You'd think the tree would block you, but it wouldn't. Or you could go the long way around. By the way, guys, if you don't know, you could still use Scarecrow. You just can't use it in PvP. Which I would recommend staying away from PvP. It's so toxic. And I really dislike it. When Duncan and I were doing PvP, a lot of the how do you describe them? The audience, the people in the crowd watching the PvP match was degrading Duncan and I so much. Even though I had some wit and I clapped back, the other team was watching us get bullied, so they stepped in and they told them to leave Duncan and me alone. Sadly, they didn't until the match ended. And I was getting told, like, I shouldn't be here. I'm basically, I suck. All this. Like, anything to flare up my depression, it would have. But I stayed calm mentally. And what helped is the other wizards on the opponent team stepped in for us. And all of us just reported that player like multiple times for bullying and being rude to other players. I don't really report people a lot because I don't see a point. The system will do it on its own if it flags you. Give me a minute. Alright, try it. We'll get that blade off. But yeah, the other team stepped in, and it was like a saving grace. After that, I kind of just stayed away from PvPing because, like I said, it's so toxic. No one can enjoy PvP anymore. I'm a PvE player. I've always been a PvE player, but when it comes to updates and everything, Wizards pretty much doesn't pay attention to PvE players. They listen to PvP players. That's why a majority of their updates consist of PvP stuff. And that's why blades and all that were taken away from PvP, because a lot of PvP players were saying that it makes the person too overpowered. Not really, because I went in there in my PvE gear. So I don't have the
Searching the hut, you find nothing.
The arena tickets. I don't have the arena tickets to get PvP gear. So what could have killed a boss for $1 million hit a PvP player for 1 damage. So yeah, they don't listen to PvE players. It's just a little heads up. If you're new to Wizards, let me take this teleporter.
You were attacked. My sincerest apologies, Wizard. I led you into danger through my error. It is times like these when I realize that my faith is being put to the test. I hesitate to send you into danger again, so let me know if you would like to proceed. We may be able to find information about the whereabouts of the last piece there. If you are willing, go there and tell me what you can find concerning the missing piece of the Jade Scepter.
Well, I'll get to the hut and then I'll head off to take my pain pills, and my allergy pills and all that, because my foot's gonna kill me if I don't. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, try to get some rest. Till then, stay safe, stay warm, stay awesome. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!